Fall is officially here. It is time to get into Halloween. Today we're getting into John Carpenter's Halloween, specifically my entire Halloween physical media collection. So let's start with this Blockbuster Presents copy of Halloween. So you might think, wow, that's really cool. That's an awesome version. Is that a super rare version? If you're not a big VHS collector. However, this is one of the most accessible copies of Halloween you can get, and one of the more accessible horror movies, actually. Now, I don't know what this currently goes for, but I got it for less than $10 a few years ago. On eBay, too, not just like finding this one in the wild. This was released in 1995. There were a couple other Blockbuster Presents VHS tapes. The only other horror one I've seen is Night of the Living Dead. But I'm perfectly happy with this being the version of Halloween that I have in my collection. It may not be the rarest. It may not be the original version, the coolest, the most sought after, but it looks great on the shelf. It does the trick, man. Next up, we've got something that's actually one of the rarer tapes in my collection, only because it's sealed. Now, it doesn't mean it's worth a fortune, but it is the Halloween 2 from Good Times. I actually recorded a video with Planet CHH a long time ago that didn't end up getting released because some of his stuff got wiped. But he's actually the one that pointed out to me that Jamie Lee Curtis is misspelled on this tape as Jamie Lee Curtis. So that's amusing, but I gotta say, I do enjoy the cover art there. Now, it looks more like an Alien film on the shelf than a Halloween film, but what are you gonna do? Next up, we've got the Good Times release of Halloween 3, which, for those new to this channel, you might not know this is my favorite Halloween movie. I definitely don't think that's a hot take anymore. It's not that I don't like the other movies, I obviously do. I'm not just being a contrarian. I genuinely enjoy this one the most. And so, again, this is only the Good Times version. And they were known for recording a lot of their tapes pretty low quality. So, although it is a copy of Halloween 3 on VHS, and the artwork still looks great, this one isn't the best copy of the film. Also, on VHS, we've got Halloween H2O, which I have actually watched this season already. Not the VHS, I watched the DVD. And if I'm being honest, I think this is the first Halloween movie I ever saw. Because someone in my family rented it, and I had burned into my skull the image of the ice skate shoved into what I know now is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face. And it's one of those things where I kept coming out and peeking around from the hallway, and watching the movie. Those were the days. But I love how this does have a horror sticker on it, too. Now, if we take a look at the tape itself, it does have a video store sticker for 5-star video, family entertainment for less. Portland Plaza, Portland, Connecticut, along with their phone number. I love having old video store copies, They might be a little well-loved sometimes, but that's kind of what VHS is about. Next up, we've got a pretty clean copy of Halloween Resurrection. This is, again, one of the easier-to-find movies. By the late 90s, some of these were getting pretty mass-produced. So that's why all the Scream movies are fairly easy to find on tape. Halloween H2O, Bride of Chucky, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That stuff's not that hard to find. And now we're switching over to DVDs. The first one we're going to be looking at here is John Carpenter's Halloween, obviously. This is a pretty standard edition. Let's see. Stars Home Entertainment and Anchor Bay put this one out. And what's interesting about this is I do remember buying this. I bought this at a Target in probably 2007, 2008. What year did this actual come out? 2007. My mind is solid, man. Pretty simple disc art on there. But this did come with the slipcover, and there was a phase I was going through where I went through my DVDs and threw away a ton of the slipcovers. And I know what you're thinking. What? That sounds insane. Listen, I was never obsessed with slipcovers, and I'm not even now. Do I wish I had it? Yes, just for uniformity and for collectability at this point, but it's still a pretty cool version of the movie to have. It has some cool special features. Let's talk about them. There are television spots, of course, original theatrical trailers, radio spots, talent bios, still and poster gallery. Some of that stuff like, how much do we care about it? Halloween Unmasked 2000, produced and directed by Mark Cerulli. So there's a lot of interesting special features on here, and what's crazy is this is the most high-res version of Halloween I have in my collection. I still haven't upgraded to Blu-ray or 4K. The thing with Halloween is I think what I'm going to do is probably end up going for the Scream Factory set used. What I will end up doing is maybe upgrading the first movie and the third movie to 4K, But other than that, the rest I'm honestly just good with Blu-ray. Next up, we have a double feature of Halloween and Halloween 2 with the glow-in-the-dark Walmart slipcover. Now, this was my first experience watching Halloween 3, was buying this. And these slipcovers, this one's not that old. It's maybe 10 years old at this point. Okay, no, it's from 2019. So it's only 6 years old. If you look inside, it's pretty much this standard DVD that you're going to be very familiar with. Everybody's seen this. If you're a big Halloween fan, you've seen these ones around. And when I bought this originally, I was like, man, I wish it was just Halloween 2. And now I'm just so glad that it's also Halloween 3. The thing I do appreciate in a set like this is actually getting 2 discs. Both of them on their own discs. The Halloween 2 artwork is definitely superior to the Halloween 3. And this slipcover is just one of the coolest slipcovers in my collection, particularly because it's green, and I love glow-in-the-dark stuff. Next up, we are looking at another double feature of Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. This is a 2009 release from Anchor Bay, of course. And these are both the special DivMax versions of these movies, which is only something I've recently started paying attention to. I have a few of these in the collection, and as I've been paying more attention to it, I see that I have more and more of them. But as far as DVDs go, these are like pretty good scans of these movies. And they actually have special features like Halloween 4, audio commentary with actors Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris, audio commentary with writer Alan B. McElroy, Halloween 4 and 5 discussion panel, the making of Halloween 4 final cut, theatrical trailer. Halloween 5 has audio commentary with director Dominic Othen-Gerard, or Gerard, I don't know how to say that. Actors Danielle Harris and Jeffrey Landman. Introduction by stars Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell. On-set Halloween 5 footage. Rare, never-before-seen footage taken on the set. Inside Halloween 5, documentary footage. Documentary featuring rare behind-the-scenes footage, a cut scene, and interviews with Danielle Harris, Ellie Cornell, Don Shanks, executive producer Mustafa Akkad, and cinematographer Rob Draper. Theatrical trailer. I'm not crazy about double feature DVD sets like this, but I was buying these up in a phase where I just wanted to own the entire Halloween series, minus the Rob Zombie movies. I don't care about those. I don't passionately hate them. I don't care if you like them, whatever, but I just don't care to even own them. Now, if they come in a box set, sure, I'll keep them. I'm not going to be like, ugh, can't have these. But normally, these kind of things aren't my bag. Unless I am kind of just like, yeah, sure, I'll have that. I'll pick it up just to have in the collection. Again, these are on separate discs, and I do like the disc art on these. I've got Halloween 4 there, of course, and Halloween 5. Say what you want, but Anchor Bay was just always a pretty solid company, in my opinion. I look back fondly on many of their releases. Next up, we've got the Halloween Collection, Miramax Classics. Now, this is a 3-film set that for some reason has Halloween H2O listed at the top, then Halloween Resurrection, then Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers. For the inexperienced, you might think that's the order you're supposed to watch them in, or that they're even in the same universe. Now, these discs, I will say, suck. I think this was done by Paramount Home Entertainment. There is no disc artwork. It is gray and boring. And Halloween H2O and Resurrection are on the same disc. Never a good sign, even with DVDs. However, for the time being, they look good enough. I just recently watched this copy of H2O in my 4K player, upscaled to my 4K TV. I thought it looked fine. Next up, we've got Halloween 2018 with the Walmart Halloween slipcovers. Now, I find it even crazy, believe me, that I own these movies on DVD and not Blu-ray. But trust me when I say I've been surviving. I'm fine. Now, I know these movies are actually pretty controversial still, and I might do a video just talking about this trilogy at some point just because I've got a lot to say. But I think this one's pretty decent, and I am happy to own it. These were all just regular Universal releases. So aside from that, I do also have Halloween Kills, which I think is the weakest in the trilogy, but we're not going to dive too deep into that. This does have some cool bonus features, though. There's a gag reel, deleted and extended scenes, the Kill Team, Strode Family Values, 1978 Transformations, Kill Count, feature commentary with director David Gordon Green, and stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Judy Greer. This includes 2 versions of the film, theatrical and extended with alternate ending, which, to be honest, I do not remember the alternate ending for this movie. Couldn't tell you if it's any good. And lastly, in my Halloween physical media collection, Halloween Ends. This is the one I'm disappointed I don't have a slipcover for, because I actually really like Halloween Ends. It is my favorite of this trilogy because it's so weird. Like, it's a genuinely engaging story. I've actually already watched it once this season, and I think I'm going to watch it again this season, closer to Halloween. Well, this is it. This is currently my entire Halloween physical media collection, and it's not too bad. I'm pretty content with it right now. In the near future, I definitely think I'm going to upgrade to at least the Blu-rays. Halloween 3, I'm going to upgrade to 4K for sure, and probably at least the first one. Let me know what you think is the coolest thing in my Halloween collection, and if you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.